Hi Libra, welcome to Psychic Sid. I am Psychic Sid. I'm a professional astrologer, psychic, shaman, medium, seer, mambo, witch, volleyball player. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for supporting Psychic Sid. Thank you for your kind comments, likes, subscriptions, gifts, readings, bookings, and referrals. All the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for being here. This is a reading for the future of Libra. You don't have to be a Libra to resonate with this reading. You could be a Sun, Moon, Ascendant, Mercury, Venus, Mars, or Jupiter in Libra. You could have Libra anywhere in your astrological chart, or you just came across this reading and it resonates for you. If you're going to cross watch, check your Venus and where you have Libra in your astrological chart. Okay? So you could know someone who has Libra in their astrological chart. You can have Libra somewhere in your astrological chart, or you just came across the reading and it just resonates for you. Okay? Let's get into your reading. We have 8 new products here at Psychic Sid. If you're interested in products I sell here, go ahead and check them out at SIKIKSYD shop, or you can go ahead and also look at some of the products on my social media. You can go ahead and check out some of the videos on the products, okay? Let's get right into it. Let's cleanse your energy, Libra. You're the last reading out of this series. Let's just go ahead and cleanse energy. All right, let's see, what is your future, Libra? You got a lot of cards. Show themselves. Oh my God, keep them. Keeping them. All right. So, we are reading your love life today, Libra, whether you are in a relationship, married, or you are single, okay? So if you're in a relationship or you are married, we are reading your energy and the person you're in a relationship with, or the person you are married to, their energy. If you're single, we are reading your energy and the person you're meant to be with's energy, okay? Even if you don't know that person. So this may help you have more clarity about who that person may be for you, okay? Your overall energy of your love life, right? The overall energy currently of your love life is the Sun. The number 19 could be significant to you. So if you're in a relationship or a marriage, you and your significant other currently keep falling in love with each other over and over and over again. You guys feel like it's a very youthful love. It makes you feel childlike again. It makes you feel young again. It makes you feel youthful. You're very proud of this relationship or this marriage. It makes you very happy, very optimistic. It's something that you almost feel like every time you're experiencing your significant other, it's like you really just want to soak it up and enjoy it. Okay? You're being reminded to enjoy it every moment. You also feel like there's also a lot of positive change. A lot of positive change. If you are single, you are experiencing love at first sight currently. You are meeting someone that makes you feel like young again. Some of you work with children, or maybe work with animals. Some of you work in the limelight, like you could be famous, or you work in entertainment. Maybe like you rap, dance, act, or you sing. Okay? Your love life could be on display. Like a lot of people are looking at your love life. A lot of people are seeing that there's a lot of happiness in your love life. Because with the Sun, that's like everybody is seeing it. Everyone is seeing you be very happy in love. I also feel like a wish has come true for you. You feel really good about your relationship or your marriage, or you feel really good about your love life. You could be going to an astrologer currently. You could be using astrology to gain more clarity on your love life. Some of you are astrologers, okay? Or you could be with an astrologer. Many of you are celebrities, or you're very well known. Many of you are also healing. Like, the current energy of your love life is that it's healing. It also has a very healing energy. I feel like saying great minds think alike. So you feel like-minded with somebody. And I see you being very hopeful regarding love. Okay? The current energy that you are in regards to your love life is the Queen of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn energy. So you're very chatty, funny, witty. You've been through a lot and you've learned a lot from it with the Queen of Swords. And you're a bit jaded, I would say, currently in regards to your love life. If you are single, you could be a bit jaded for some of you. Or just in general, you could be a bit jaded, Libra. Like, your views on love are more centered on logic, intelligence, what makes sense. That's what you're more focused on. And some of you are single mothers. Some of you are widows. Some of you, you could have been divorced for some of you, like you're a divorcee, all right? The energy currently that you have regarding love, though, is you're jaded in regards to love. You're a bit jaded. You are maybe even going to someone who is not, like, biased. Maybe, like, you're going to a professional, like a doctor, a therapist, psychologist, an astrologer, a teacher, counselor, someone in the military. Makes me feel like military resources or military mental health, potentially. Law enforcement, you could be going to the police, you know, getting some kind of counsel. You could be going to a lawyer. But there's something about you. You could be going to a doctor. Some of you could be single and you're, like, someone's pregnant. For some of you, someone is pregnant and it's a boy. Others of you, you could even be going to a doctor for, like, IVF. Like, you're doing it by yourself. Like, a lot of you are thinking about what you think will make you happy. Yeah, some of you are single, right? And you're like, how can I have what makes me happy by myself? A lot of you are, like, focused on just, like, wanting your children to be happy. Some of you are like, okay, well, I'm alone, I'm single, and you maybe want children. So you're like IVF, in vitro fertilization, or maybe adoption, maybe working with children, like in your career, in your field, helping children in some way, shape, or form, or helping animals. But you are a bit jaded in regards to love. Just a bit jaded. Like, when people ask you about love, you're thinking about it logically. You think about it from, like, a point of the mind, from intelligence. You're like, that's what makes sense. Okay? If you're in a relationship or a marriage, the feminine energy is interdependent, meaning, like, she doesn't really need your help. She'll accept the help, but she actually doesn't really need it. And you know that if you weren't there, she'd still get it done. Basically, she's willing to accept help. Okay? But she can still get stuff done if she absolutely has to. So you're very interdependent, and your significant other likes that about you. Your significant other, the person you're in a relationship with or you're married to, they like that you're intelligent, you're smart, you're funny, you're chatty, you're witty, you make very good conversation, like, you're a good communicator. You can't be lied to, like, you see right through BS. Yeah. They like that you're interdependent. The person you're in a relationship with, a marriage with, or the person you're meant to be with is the Emperor. So the number 4 could be significant to you. The person that you are meant to be with, or the person you are with in a relationship or marriage with, they are becoming a father, becoming a grandfather, they are becoming a husband, or they're getting married, or if this is, you know, the Emperor is usually a husband, they are feeling like they need to be more responsible for the feminine energy who's in the relationship with them. And they want to take the lead, take control of the relationship, and step up as the man in the relationship, step up as the leader. They feel like they are getting what they want. That is what they want. And they're getting what they want. What they want is to lead. What they want is to take control of the relationship, to lead the relationship. If you see this little lamb, always reminds me of like the feminine energy, being sort of protected and led by the more masculine energy. They see the feminine energy as this very dainty being that needs to be protected, right? That has a lot of innocence with the lamb. And they want to just take control. They want to lead. They want to be responsible. They want to have a marriage, have a relationship, have a commitment. That matters to them. Hold on, let me put Aqua inside, because it is like 110. It's 110 degrees. Go. Go, Bubba. Come on, Rocky. Come on, baby. Go, go. Okay, babies. All right. Okay. So, with the Emperor here, it's like he wants to basically, the masculine energy wants to remove obstacles. They're in the energy of wanting to take charge, though, and they want to get what they want. That, like, they get what they want. That is their mindset. What they want is to do right. What they want is to lead things into the right direction. If you notice, even as they're right next to each other, it's like you are following the lead of this person who's moving forward in this particular direction. Okay? They are becoming a business owner. Okay? But they are becoming a man. Like, they're becoming very responsible. They're becoming very responsible for how they operate in love, how they move in love. They're being very accountable, very responsible, and stepping up. Feeling like the relationship or the marriage is very valuable to them. Like they have an emperor, like they have an empire to take care of, right? And an empire always has an emperor and an empress. And so I feel like this person is, one, listening to prophecy. With, if you see, it's like the ear is cocked, basically listening as it's shrieking, as the bird is shrieking. Every empire has an emperor and an empress. And I feel like the emperor feels like they are responsible for leading the empress towards a successful empire. You know, taking charge and removing obstacles, getting rid of obstacles. That the obstacle in your love life, your relationship, or your marriage, I mean, if you are single, you will, the person you're meant to be with, they want a relationship, a commitment, a marriage. They want to be responsible for someone in a relationship. That is what they want. They're in a place where they're very successful. Okay? I feel like whoever you're in a relationship or marriage with, they are very successful. They are at like the height of their career. So they're able to now focus on love and take on more responsibility in the relationship. The obstacle in your love life, your relationship, or your marriage is the Princess of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn energy. Needing to learn new ways to communicate. Okay. That is the obstacle. The obstacle is needing to learn new ways to communicate. And instead of just watching, communicate. So the obstacle could be like, You know, maybe you watch a lot, but you don't say anything. Like, be willing to say something. And if you're going to say something, find a new way in order to communicate. Meaning, new forms of communication, new ways of saying certain things. Basically, that is your obstacle in your love life. Is that it's about having the bravery to not just watch and observe, but to also speak and advocate how you feel and what's on your mind in a diplomatic and responsible manner. Your energy in the future in regards to your love life, your relationship, your marriage is the Lovers, Gemini energy. So you are in the future opening yourself up to love, letting yourself experience love, choosing a lover, choosing love over fear. If you're in a relationship or a marriage, your significant other are being intimate, maybe having sex, you know, making love. The relationship or the marriage is protected by someone who's deceased, or, you know, whoever you believe in. It is protected from above, so it's protected by God or Jesus or your ancestors or whoever you believe in. Because they want it to succeed. They want it to succeed. That makes me feel like some of you guys could be widows, or some of you guys could be in love with someone who is deceased, and you are having to heal to open yourself up to love. And it may bring you a little sense of peace to know that whoever is deceased, that you know, they are watching over your love life because they want it to succeed. They do want you to experience love. Okay? So, if you're in a relationship or a marriage, you and your significant other will be working together in business. There's a lot of change happening. You feel like there's a lot of change happening in the relationship, in the marriage, and that it's a positive change. That there's been transformation, and that that the relationship of the marriage is something you really want to indulge in, you really want to experience. You know, if you've ever had an indulgence, something that tastes really good, gives you a lot of dopamine. It's like you just want to soak it in. You just want to sit in it, right? Because it brings you a lot of peace. I feel like you're at peace in the future in regards to love. You are at peace. You have opened yourself up to the vibration of love, and that love is constantly changing based off of us growing and evolving constantly. But that there is some beauty in it. That you always get more with honey than you do with vinegar. So I feel like you are being very kind, because that's the type of energy that you believe the world is deserving of, you are deserving of. You think that that's the right thing to do, not because you're expecting something good in return, but because you think it's the right thing to do. The person you're meant to be with, the person you're in a relationship with or commitment with, is the Chariot. So Cancerian energy, they could be any astrological sign. But they are moving forward with emotional maturity, discipline. They're taking control. They are providing some level of support in the relationship, the commitment, the marriage, some form of emotional support at a distance. They could be traveling. They could be buying a new car. They're experiencing a rags to riches story by being very emotionally mature. And it's a moon here. It's like they are being guided by their emotions to do things the right way, to be responsible, if they're in a relationship or marriage, to be more responsible for the feminine energy who's in the relationship with them, to take the lead, to guide. It's like they are taking control. They're most likely at a distance, because I see the compass here. And then you have, this is with the with the pearl, this is sadomasochism, the recognition that, you know, I mean, everything is sadomasochistic, but it's about how a tiny speck of dirt or sand had to get into this organism's mouth and be tousled over with its tongue repetitively in order for it to eventually choke on this newfound creation, basically, and become a pearl. So this is like not an easy process, right? Something small has now snowballed into something big and beautiful. I feel like the person you're in a relationship with, a marriage with, they feel like something small, you know, like a shrimp, has now become something big like a crab. Something that deserves to be protected, something that is stable, something that is impenetrable. This is your love. This is something that, this is what they view the love as. It's something that matters. Sort of looking at the intricacies of it, looking at the little details of it. How does it work with the gears? How does it work? It's like whoever you're in a relationship with, a marriage with, or who you're meant to be with, they are realizing how love works for them. And that this love works for them. How does this love work? That it's something that started off small and now it's something big and it's beautiful, and through the many experiences, it's something to appreciate. There is glory in it. That is how they are feeling. Now your advice is the Four of Swords and the Moon. So the number 19 could be significant for you. The number 7 could be significant for you. The number 6 could be significant for you. The number 4 could be significant to you. They are Four Swords, Jupiter, and Libra, Sagittarius, Pisces, Ophiuchus energy. And you've got the Moon, Cancer, Pisces, Sagittarius, Ophiuchus energy. They are healing from fear. Okay, now I live by a quote. I'm pretty sure... I think I told this to Virgo, or I could have told it to Leo, but there's a quote that I live by Robin Williams, and it is right here. So it's, the things we fear the most have already happened to us. Do you know how powerful that quote is? Do you know how powerful that is? Why do we fear? Think of the scariest thing that you could think of. Really think about it. That thing is something that you've either heard about, you've seen examples of it, or you've experienced it in your real everyday life, right? And fear is, it's an illusion, because if you've already experienced it, why be scared? If you lived through it, you lived to tell the tale, what is there to fear? Because that makes you look at what you've experienced and realize that you have not healed from what you've experienced. You have been able to comprehend what you've experienced, but you didn't necessarily heal from what you experienced. Fear is not real. It's actually not real. It's something that we create based off of not processing, not being honest with ourselves on how things that we experience really made us truly feel, right? Your advice is to heal that fear, because it's an illusion. It is like the moon when we are squishing it with our fingers. That's not you really squishing this giant planet. That's not how big the moon really is. That is the same as fear. Fear is an illusion. It's really not, you know, we perceive it as something so much bigger than it really is. And it's saying, you know, Four of Swords, heal that. This could be like going to therapy for that. This can be like taking a break from social media. This can be, you know, sleeping, meditating, praying, gathering yourself together, though, healing. This can be like doing meditation, yoga, breath work. This could be like getting a massage, but it's about healing. Heal from the fear. Heal from the illusion of what you thought love was. See it differently. See it with more wisdom. Because I feel like that is where the jadedness comes from, and the difficulty communicating comes from, is the need to heal from your own fear, from your own illusions, from your own shadow. You know, this could be like your shadow self, the darker part of yourself that you feel needs to be healed. That you rationalize your emotion to deal with it. And a lot of times you just need to feel it. But I feel like you've used logic as like a form of armor in order to deal with the pain that you've experienced. It's like you hold on to that sort of your truth to battle with the truths or the thoughts, the situations, the people, places, and things that hurt you. And it's just about acknowledging how you really feel and carrying that truth of how you truly feel, instead of trying to make sense on why certain things happen, or why do certain things happen, and not giving yourself the grace to feel, not allowing yourself to feel, just so that you don't feel pain. You know, it's like you have to allow yourself to feel the good and the bad. There has to be a balance, Libra. I know you want to feel all the good all the time, but you also have to feel some of the bad in order to understand what the hell the good is. This has been your reading, Libra. Thank you so much for supporting the SIKIKSYD. Go check out the 8 new products here at SIKIKSYD. For some of you, it's also saying don't overindulge to deal with depression or sadness or lack of feeling like there's, self-love. Search for the self-love. Focus on healing, Lily. Okay? This has been your reading, Libra. If you're interested in products, I saw those in the description box down below. Thank you so much for supporting SIKIKSYD. Thank you so much for your kind comments, like, subscriptions, gifts, readings, bookings, and referrals. You're the last of them. My Mohicans, you're the last reading of this series. Thank you so much for watching this series. If you truly enjoyed this series, let me know. Okay, and amen and ashe.